I'd like to thank TAF for inviting me to participate in these lectures. I think it is a very, very noble course. I follow the lectures right from the beginning, and I think this is very good because I feel we have a duty to share our experience, share knowledge, whichever way we could with you guys, because you are the leaders, not of tomorrow, of today. You are the leaders of today. We want to step down, but we have to make sure you are ready to take up that responsibility. And please don't be shy. Austria, their president is how old? 31 years old? So how many years do you have to be 31 to become somebody somewhere representing your nation? So it's something you have to take up and think seriously. And that's what brings us back to our topic of today, which is confidence. I looked into the definition of confidence. There are quite a number of definitions of confidence, but I like the one from Wikipedia. It says it's the feeling or belief that one can have faith in or rely on someone or something. A feeling. The state of feeling certain sure about something. And again, a feeling of self-assurance, appreciation of one's ability or qualities. So it's a feeling. Confidence is a feeling. And then you relate it. You feel it, and then you relate it to your circumstances. Yeah? And normally it's a very strong feeling. So now that brings us to self-confidence. So once we know confidence is a feeling, and we all have feelings, so it is in us. It is in us. And it is very, very important in our day-to-day lives as a confidence. So there are some other words which define self-confidence. One is full trust, self-assurance, self-reliance, positiveness, level-headedness, firmness, courage, boldness, fortitude, and value. So all these are self-confidence. Any other words you want to throw in when you think of confidence?
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. Another one? Remember, it's a feeling. How you feel about it. You feel good.
Conviction.
Conviction. Any other?
Certainty.
Certainty. Assurance.
Firmness.
Firmness. Because it's you. It's about you. And you know, when it is you, that's what you project. That's what you project, and that's what people see. So when you are confident, they say, oh, that one is so confident. We have one here. Because you know what you're talking about. You know what you're about. You know yourself. So the important thing is to know about yourself, how you feel about something, about, you have the conviction, you are firm about it, and you are bold about it, you're courageous about it, and you can validate it anywhere, anytime, and you feel good about it. So self-confidence brings goodness, self-appreciation. It brings self-appreciation. And as they always say, when you feel good, you project positive vibes to wherever you go. And that is very important for a leader or for somebody who wants to make an impact in the society. You have to project this positiveness. You have to project this courage, this commitment, this positiveness that wherever you go, you leave something credible. So as being in this leadership academy, that is what we want to believe you will have. You will build yourself to be always positive and influential. And you don't react to negative criticism when you're confident. If somebody says something about you, just say, okay, that's their fault. They are, you are allowed to, you are entitled to your opinion. As the Americans say, you are entitled to your opinion. You can agree to disagree. So it doesn't bother you. Or most of the time you laugh it out. You even repeat it yourself. You say, you know this and this about me. So all that, because you have some confidence and you know about yourself, you know what your principles are, you know what you believe in, so it's okay. And obviously you become less anxious. So whatever comes to you, you take it in peace. And evidence shows that there's a very high correlation between happiness and high self-confidence. Okay? Because not about that bonus, because you're so confident, and whatever happens, you can let it come, and you will see how best you can handle it. You're not afraid. But one of the important things for self-confidence is the upbringing. Are we encouraged in the Gambia to become confident? Are we allowed to say no to our parents, aunties, uncles, anybody who is older than you? Can you say no? Even if you know whatever they're saying is not correct?
No, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
So that is something which really, really, really robs us from doing a lot in our lives. When I was at the Harvard Kennedy School, I was very, I was a good comrade, and talking to everybody, and then obviously I always had an opinion on whatever was happening, and they were looking for people for awards. In our culture, you don't nominate yourself. You are nominated by your colleagues. But at Harvard, we were only 9. We were 9 from that year. We were 9 Africans. So against, let's say, 1,000, from other nations and Americans. So obviously, the one who has largest nomination is the one who gets the award. And our culture, you don't nominate yourself. So when the awards were being given, everybody turned and looked at me. Lucy, how come you don't have an award? I said, you guys didn't nominate me. They said, no, you nominate yourself and you campaign to tell us that you deserve this award. You see, we lost that. The Africans, we lost that. Because in our culture, we are not supposed to go start talking about yourself. So now all of a sudden, you are supposed to talk about yourself. I've done this, I've done that, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. And that is what the world of today is asking of us. And yet, our upbringing is telling us otherwise. So I got a compensatory award. Because they say, we think you deserve an award. So I got an award called one of our lecturers, Josephine Newman's. That's what I got. So we lose out. So keep that in mind. You are your best, is it advocate or your best governor? Let's look at that. Before that time is about.
Your best girl.
You are the best girl. Yeah, you have to talk about your achievement. So we lose out. When we go out there, we lose out because we're waiting to be told, oh yeah, so and so is nice, because that's our culture. You leave people to talk about you. You do good things, but you leave people to talk about you. When you go there, cultural shock. No, you have to talk about it. So keep in mind that upbringing is very important. The home structure and self-image. And also in our culture, we like teasing kids. We tell them, you naganyam. Nagambari affair. Because when they ask too many questions, kids are told nagambari affair. So then they stop. But that curiosity mind, that which is curious, is what we need today for innovation, for progress, for, we need to nurture that. So that is another shortfall in our upbringing. Because when elders are talking, you are not supposed to talk. So my granddaughter, Anima, she's now 12, when she was born, she was always with us, and she's always the youngest. So obviously the grown-ups, we talk and talk and talk. So then she realized she talks, nobody bothers. So she started raising her hand. Excuse me, can I talk?
A lot of things.
So why confidence leads to success? So I'll just give you 10 reasons. I'll start with the first one. Confidence drives you to start things. Because you're confident to say, okay, I want to start a shop. And then you say, but what am I going to sell in that shop? Or what type of shop do I want? But just because you want to have a shop, that's already a beginning. So when you have confidence, you always start things. Then the second one, you have the ability to stand for yourself. And this is something, again, culturally, it's not encouraged, especially when you are being scolded by your elder. You are not supposed to explain yourself. You are not allowed to explain yourself. I'm sure all of you have gone through that. And the more you try to explain, your mom or dad or auntie or uncle will tell you, don't answer back. Keep quiet. Yeah, my one of this.
If you keep quiet, they say that you're deeply young lady.
Yeah, if you keep quiet.
Yeah.
And then if you want to respond, they say keep quiet.
Thank
So
you.
what do? You don't know. So and here we are talking about confidence. And then you see, for the past how many years? 18 years, you're keeping quiet. Now you are an adult. You're supposed to stand for yourself. How? How can I stand for myself when all these years I've been, told to keep quiet? I cannot explain what I'm thinking. Nobody asked me for my opinion. So the culture, the upbringing, sometimes does us disservice. And the third reasons why confidence leads to success is ability to say no. When you cannot do something, say no. Again, our culture, you cannot say no to an elder. You cannot say no. It's not good. So again, the 18 years, you cannot say no. All of a sudden you are 19, now you can say no. So there's something which we need to kind of change in our upbringing. And obviously the ability to say yes with confidence and meaning it. And confidence overcomes fear. When you are confident, you are not afraid. As I said before, you are able to take risks and bear the consequences. Because again, you believe in yourself. Then also, you set the bar very high. You have to set the bar very high enough for you to feel that you are struggling, you are working towards something rather than being in your comfort zone. So always think, as they like to say, think beyond, outside the box, or think beyond your horizon, and always, don't set limits for yourself. Stretch your limits, don't set limits. That's number 7. Stretch your limits. And then confidence, you have to have confidence to ask questions. Again, our culture doesn't allow us to ask questions. Too many questions. You are perceived rude, but actually you are seeking knowledge. So I think maybe when you grow up, you treat your nephews, nieces, and all kids differently. You have to, because kids are very frank and very blunt. They don't see their ways. They tell you how it is. And that's the best place to capture ideas, to even know what is in their brain, especially when you're in marketing. Talk to those kids and they will give you ideas. And that's what they do in the US, all those places, especially those who develop games. They capture a group of kids and then they bring them to the studio and they tell them, okay, tell me, this is what you've done, how do you like it? Then they will tell them, this one, no, here, no, this is too soon to crash. Make it this way, make it that way. So that's how they perfect, and the next thing they sell in the market and make lots of money. They're using the kids as test. And then believe in winning. You should always believe in winning. So after all that long lecture given, so how do we build our self-confidence? I have 3 steps. The first one is preparing for your journey. You have to have a self-reflect. Reflect in yourself. Ask yourself, where am I? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do with my life? Because again, you are privileged. I would say you are privileged to be here, to be receiving this type of encouragement from TAF and Mr. Wong here, and Sal is mentoring some of you, and of course Susan is there too. So you are lucky, and don't take this light. Don't take this light. The opportunity of you being here. So reflect in yourself, set your goals. Go through your strengths. I'm sure you all know your strengths. Some can talk very well. Some can sing. Some can listen very well. Some can write very well. Some are full of jokes. So how can you use that talent of taking something really serious and unpleasant, making it jovial and acceptable to people? That's a talent. So know your strengths. Know your strengths, also know your weaknesses. Know your weaknesses, opportunities. This is one big opportunity you have here. So use it, see how best you can use it, because you get to meet a lot of prominent people who come here. And then know your threats. But again, threats and opportunities, always spin them positively. And nowadays there's a new school of thought. Before we were saying, oh, you know your strengths, this is what you're good at. Even I think Rene Carayol said in his book Spike, dwell on your strengths. Okay, be aware of your weaknesses and whether you can change them or not, but concentrate on your strengths because that is where you're good at. Again, this is another cultural shift because in the rest of the world, that's what they're doing. But here, we're not supposed to brag. But hey, you're privileged, you can brag about your strengths. Think about the goals, what you want to achieve, and the values. So long you don't compromise yourself, who you are, you should give it a thorough thought. So all this is part of the preparing for the journey of becoming confident. And again, no negativity. Last month, we lectured a group of executive women from different institutions in the country, including the private sector, government, public enterprise. And one thing we all laughed about when we say no negativity. Every morning, look yourself in the mirror and just say, yeah, I got it. You are good. Tell yourself, you are good. This is me. And I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. You have to prep yourself. Always think positive. Always give yourself positive vibes. Because when you're positive, then everything around you becomes positive. Even if they throw a negative spin, see it positive. Then commit to the journey or the goal, whatever you are committed to do, whether it's school or whatever. You commit yourself, that's what you're going to do. If you're starting a new business or you are in your business, you're going to expand, so concentrate on that. And then the second step is setting out. Setting out meaning implementation. motivation, actually doing it. So whatever you want to do, always seek knowledge, Google it. Somebody has done the research, somebody has written about it. When we are growing up, it was so difficult. You have to physically go to the library. So I cannot understand when a young person told me, I don't know. You have all the right to know, and you must know. And you know what? Knowledge gives you an edge against others. So always seek knowledge, research, read. You know, every day, look for something new that you didn't know yesterday. Add value today to yourself. New skills, typing, cooking, bicycles, cycling. Whatever you think you can do, just a new skill, just acquire it. Then focus on the basics. Whatever you want to do, whatever you're planning to do, don't complicate your life. And set small goals, and always positive thinking. Then the third step is accelerating towards success. And when you succeed, please celebrate your success. Celebrate yourself. Most of the time we wait for people to celebrate us. We're waiting for someone to acknowledge your achievement. No. Celebrate yourself. Go back to the mirror and say, you did it. Good girl. Good boy. Let's do it better next time. You have to celebrate yourself. Buy yourself a watch or shoes or something to celebrate yourself. Always celebrate yourself. Because you have to appreciate yourself. And appreciate, you can see I'm not saying much about God because it's Ramadan. I know all of you are fasting so much. And you are always saying Alhamdulillah every day. Every day, and you always thank God for whatever your achievements are and where you are every day. Always say Alhamdulillah. So that's the best thing you can ever do for yourself. And when you appreciate yourself, you are also thanking Allah for giving you. And keep yourself grounded. When you succeed, keep yourself grounded. Some people, when they become successful, they forget everybody else. And they forget the past and they just take off. Now they look for new friends, new everything, and they leave their past. Forgetting that there's a day you will need your past. You cannot disassociate yourself with the people you grew up with, the communities you grew up with. They're always there. So we thank God when we have people like TAF saying here, giving back, and start giving back to the community. Then you start, after completing your mission, you go back again to step 1, preparing for the next journey. Assess yourself and your strengths and weaknesses. So that's what I have to share with you. And here there's a quote which says, either I will find a way or I will make one. So let that be your motto. I'll find a way or I'll make one. Because you're confident in yourself. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much for affording me this opportunity. When we mentioned it yesterday and you mentioned who would deliver the lecture, I felt exactly like this, that what I would do is speak from her lecture. Because I knew it would be a powerful lecture, so I'll do exactly that. The first thing I'll start with is the point of departure for Lucy, which was confidence. Confidence is a state of being. It's about yourself. When you are confident, you portray it, you radiate it wherever you go. It's in you. But there are underpinnings to confidence that we need to understand. You need to define certain basic values that lead you to confidence. The first is integrity. You have to have personal integrity that underpins you and who you are. You have to define a very high moral standing that underpins your personality. And from that, you can build your confidence, because you don't worry about things. You know what you say is the truth. You know the opinions you give are your opinions. And you know the facts you put out, they're researched, they're well thought out. That progressively builds you to confidence. So it becomes a state of being. It's about yourself. That's who you are, that's what you are. You're confident because you've got the basics behind you. But those are critical. Integrity and a high moral value. Now, I'll come to the cultural setting that sometimes inhibits our ability to be confident. Because as Lucy said, we're taught to be polite, to keep quiet, to not speak after adults, and so on. Which is inhibiting, it's limiting. Now, last time I came to TAF's conference, I always use this venue for learning. I learned something from my good friend here, Sal. He kept using the term, we have to unlearn certain things. And I kept wondering, what does it mean we have to unlearn certain things? You usually learn. You don't unlearn. How do you unlearn? So I went and did some research as to what do we mean by unlearning? And it's about changing your state of being so that you're able to wrestle with situations, you wrestle with initiatives, and actually apply your own judgment so that you don't follow the flow. Because one of the biggest challenges we have in the Gambia is that you want to be correct, so you follow the norm. Not following the norm makes you a radical or gets you another definition. So that's what it meant. You have to unlearn things, and to unlearn things, you stand alone. You become different, you say different things, you behave differently. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's just making sure that you convince yourself that what you're doing is right. Now, coming back to the same phenomenon of what we learned as a kid, I was lucky enough to be part of a program in Rwanda after the genocide. We designed a program that we call child-headed households. Because unfortunately in Rwanda after the genocide, you had families where all the adults were killed, there were only children. And there were enough destitute families that you couldn't place them elsewhere. So you had to think of how do you allow these families to grow. So we decided to create a program called child-headed households. So you basically let the children run the household and grow themselves. Now, what is the key ingredient to achieve that? Confidence. They needed to be confident that they could run their families as kids, grow and transform. And actually, that has been one of the most powerful tools for Rwanda. In that, because they were different, they developed an immense amount of self-belief that they can transform from a very young age. So when you go to Rwanda, the first thing you notice is that everybody you encounter is enormously confident about themselves, very proud about themselves, no matter what they do. And that is very powerful. And it's something that I would encourage that we build in ourselves. I actually call it your sphere of influence. If you define your sphere of influence, what it allows you to do, imagine you've drawn a circle and you say, these are the things that I can do. And you map them within that circle. But within that circle, you also say, these are the things I can't do, but I know somebody who can do them. Or I know somebody who can help me do them. And you focus on that. That gets you to every aim you seek. Again, that allows you to build confidence. Now, again, Lucy was talking about how many books do you read. Now, I read a book a week, and I listen to 20 podcasts a week, no matter what I do. If you come to my iPhone, I've put downloads on every possible podcast that's available. And I listen to them. I try to listen to 20 a week, sometimes more. And I'll encourage you to listen to, there's a speech that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, gave not too long ago. I'll forward it to TAF to share with you. And I am not encouraging you to go to the other extreme of confidence, which is arrogance. There's a part of the way he was to speak. He's a bit arrogant. We don't want you to be arrogant, but we want you to be confident. But I want you to listen to the substance of what he is saying, not the manner in which he says it. And he says one very critical thing. He says, you know, the reason why Israel is different is that for every problem, we look for a cutting-edge solution. So water, we were water stressed. Today we're teaching people how to get water. Intelligence, technology. He talks about three things. He says this world is about big data, connectivity, and artificial intelligence. And he says He claims Israel defined that for themselves a long time ago. So every big company you hear today, Microsoft, Google, Apple, has a research center in Israel. He claims because they defined that this was a need the world was going to have, and they had it. But the one thing I want to connect to, which I think is very important for yourselves, and Lucy talked about it, you are the leaders of today, not tomorrow. All of the transformational changes in the world have been pushed by young people. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook in his 20s.
Yes.
Bill Gates started battling Microsoft in his 30s. So all the transformational leaders were your age. They were not my age, what TAF is. What TAF is doing is to create that basis because he has learned that that is when transformation happens, the age you're in. So don't be afraid. And I tell you, the way to get to big data, there's a very big phenomenon today in the world called coding. You need to learn to code. And what that means is that you need to learn to understand the world. What is the architecture of the world today? You have a very good opportunity to leapfrog most of the stages that we had to go through to gain knowledge. Google is a classic example. They are busy getting the data for you to give you the intelligence so that you can move forward. So I encourage all of you to start looking for coding classes and learn coding. It's not expensive, it's not difficult. I'll talk about it because my son offers a free coding class every Saturday, and he gives it for free. And that is what is going to change our world. We need to continue, we need to stop being followers. Today, we are followers of new technology. So we all have an Android phone or an iPhone, and we follow the technology. So we are following. But none of us is stepping back to say, what has created this new drive, this new energy? It's yourselves. The energy to change, the energy to think transformatively goes with youth, most of the time. Because you're very inquisitive. You have different minds, you have different energies, you have different appetites. And you need to exploit that so that you get to a point where you become transformational. A classic example that Lucy gives is Yaya Jammeh, who left us not too long ago. Yaya Jammeh got us to a point that everything he said we believed. And it was about self-confidence. Of course, twitching, arrogance, but that's a price sometimes that comes with confidence. That's why the term overconfidence was framed. So what you need to do is to define your own parameters. How are you going to operate?
So I think we need to see, I would say, how do you build consciousness in the young people? This is something I've always, and I think I've had discussions about it. I think this is something we need to start thinking, how do we make sure these kids will live here and not take course of saying or TAF and university. But how do we live understanding and digest it and live it and understand so that we can actually have a real impact on them. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. I would definitely want to take a different shape of it, which is on the aspect of confidence gain outside the self, that is other factors. You talked about confidence being a feeling, but I also believe that it is a feeling, that is in the person speaking, but from the person that is listening, gets this feeling from the impression that the person gives. So there are other factors which I believe we get confidence from outside our inner self, which is failures or successes that we usually encounter on the path or our way. Sometimes you tend to fail in other aspects of your life, like in terms of debates or in terms of other programs. You tend to fail, but then it is yourself that usually get yourself going by learning from your failures and move ahead. And other times you tend to succeed, and then those successes usually help you in trying to gain confidence to fight even more in order to gain much success in your life. So here my point is, in the drive to success, there are factors that surround you, not just the inner feeling. Yes, the feeling is there that you have the confidence, like she said, you are born with it. But the fact that there are other factors that surrounds you also helps. That in terms of the failures that you have, usually, you tend to look at them, usually, in your past. Because this is something that has helped me a lot. in all the things that I have done in life, whenever I have something to go for, I tend to go back and think about the failures that I had, and then use that as a base, and use that as a motivation to do better in the future. Like an example of it was when I was in New Senior Secondary School. Most of them knew me. I contested for a position of deputy head boy. And in that, I went in for it not prepared. And I woefully delivered my speech. And that day I nearly cried. I didn't sleep the whole night. And it had succeeded in deteriorating my confidence. I didn't have the confidence to face people again at all. But when I went to the University of the Gambia, I was chosen by people to participate in an election. I was pointed out. They told me you have to go and participate. I told them, no, I don't have the confidence, I can go. But believe me, when I started the roar that I gathered from the crowd, I told myself that I need to go in for it, I can win it. And when I went in for it, I won with a big margin. So I tried to use my failure in order to succeed. So it's like you have to learn from your successes or your failures in order to move ahead in life, not necessarily the feeling that you have, because the feeling alone in you cannot help you in gaining what you want, but then depending on the factors outside. Thank you.
So I don't really have a question sort of. I just want to say, in order to be confident in something you're doing or in order to succeed, it has to come from within. It has to be something you want to do and something you're passionate about. We realize most of the things we do and we actually feel that are not things we actually chose to do. They're things we've been told to do, or maybe it's a part of the education system. You need to study a particular subject you're not really interested in. The level of commitment you get and the passion you do towards actually studying that, you tend to feel. So if we're supposed to be confident and have passion and succeed in a certain thing, it has to be because we want to. So if we want to register a certain amount of success in whatever we're doing, we're supposed to be able to tell people to do or choose what they want to do. And then it brings about the issue of diversity, accepting each and every one for what they are and what they want to do. I think if we had a society wherein everybody is promoted in what particular area they want to do, then we'll have a diverse force of people who are passionate in doing whatever they're doing, and then it's going to be an elite force.
What I want to say is a little experience I had. I was in a competition last year, and it's called Voice of the Youth competition. It was the first edition in the Ghana. And at the end of the competition, we had to nominate somebody who we feel was the best participant. And somebody from another institution had to text me, telling me why I needed to vote for him and why he thinks he's capable for it. So I decided to vote for this person. And this person, instead of voting for himself, he voted for me. And the rest of the 20 or 19 participants in that competition all voted for me. So it came as a sort of surprise because, like you were explaining, we don't co-sign for ourselves. We wait for people to co-sign for us. That is why Nigeria is a different country. It's a different world from Africa. They don't wait for anybody to co-sign for them. They co-sign for themselves. So I believe confidence is applauding who you are, standing at the mirror, like you said, telling yourself, yes, we did it. We are going to do better. I think that is what confidence is all about. Co-sign for yourself and not wait for people to do it for you.
Great, and obviously I will summarize. But because you mentioned Nigeria, and I need to step in. And I think my people were love Nigeria. I think what I say about Nigeria, how confident Nigerians are.
Overconfident.
Yes, and let me tell you this what happens in Nigeria. Typically in Nigeria, if you make a watchman, a security guard at the entrance of the mall, and you ask him, can you supply me a part from Boeing? He will never say no. That's confidence. He will say yes, and then we will go there and find a means of getting it. That is no. Always say no. There's always a solution to the problem. And that's how opportunities come. So say yes first, and then go and find the solution. I thought I just put that in why I love Nigeria. Because people come to me when we start a project, don't ask a Nigerian for a profile. If they bring a profile, they will think that it's Portuguese. Because he will go and download from the internet and prepare a file. Actually, they don't prepare a book. You know they had to make a file. They will bring that file and then go into administration, plan, they will go to pictures everywhere. Say the guy will come to me, well, me, it's electrician, I'm an electrician. And then brings his profile. No, sorry, no, you've already given out electrical contract. Well, how about the plumbing? But it wasn't sad. He's an expert in plumbing. So remember this, confidence, and that's why Nigerians are today ruling the world. No, the owner of Gatwick is Nigeria. Gatwick Airport is owned by a Nigerian. Gatwick Airport, and so many big things in the world are owned by Nigeria. I just thought I'll just bring that in when we went to Nigeria. But let's go on.
First and foremost, thank you so much for that revelation, and also thank you so much for those tips which are values, integrity, and knowledge. I believe these are the 3 stones that we need in order to succeed in life.
We've gone past about 20 minutes. I've got some mujahidins here. They pray all the time. That's why we stopped at 2. We had a long debate all the time. So again, thank you so much. Share, share, share. Let's duplicate what we have learned here. And by doing so, we will change our world. Not only the Gambia, but we'll change our world. So, Madame Lucy, Bruce, thank you so much for coming.